Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to UniCert. I just want to go through Unit 11, some of the main parts of it, because I don't think you actually need to go through everything there. So let's get right down to the lesson here. Okay then, so Unit 11, Progress, Technology, and Design. I want you to concentrate here on 1.1, okay? So choose one or more adjectives in the boxes to complete the sentences about mobile telephones. So let's take a look at some of the vocabulary here. So for example, essential, okay? Something that is, so important that we cannot live without. Like, I think you say životní podstaty or something like that in Slovak. Annoying, okay? Convenient, okay? This is a great word, convenient. Convenient means that it's, po ruke, it's, ma veľa výhod, things like that. Now, are mobile telephones unsafe? Remember the pronunciation, mobile phone, not mobile, mobile phone. Are they unsafe? Are they fun? Are they invasive? Invasive, okay? Like dotierávi, okay? Do they violate your privacy, okay? So something like an invasive species, okay? Like something that doesn't belong there, okay? The same thing with a mobile telephone. Look here then, okay? So my mobile phone makes me feel what? Connected. Do I feel safe? It makes me feel unhealthy. Here's a great word, harassed, okay? Think about this word here, harassed, okay? Like harassment, obťažovat, okay? Lonely, anxious. We've covered this before, all right? Úzkost. I can't say it, but you know what I mean then, okay? So I want you to concentrate on these words here. They're going to be important for the test. Okay, the other part of Unit 11 is 2.1. It's the reading passage. So this reading passage has 6 advantages and 1 disadvantage. And I like this word, technological advances, okay? This is, progress, pokrok, okay? These are called advances. So I want you to read it, okay? Use your dictionary if you need to, but I want you to concentrate on a few things, especially around the word technology, wherever you see it. And you're going to see it many, many times throughout this text, okay? I'm just looking at it very quickly. I can see it everywhere, okay? Look at the word, okay? So for example, technology, communication technology, information technology, and so on, okay? Any type of adjective or word connected to the word technology, and I want you to concentrate on that. And after you've finished reading it and you've looked at, you've circled the word technology and all the words around it, answer these questions. So at 2.2, okay, no more than 3 words to answer each question. So what term refers to the era we live in now, okay? What is the name for areas where anyone can access the internet? Again, 3, what adjective describes a game experience that is close to real? And of course, 4, name one hazard, okay? Remember this word hazard, okay? It's not the same word as in Slovak, okay? It's not something you will find at the hernia. Hazard is a danger, okay? Or a threat, like a hrozba, okay? So answer these ones here, as well as 2.3, okay? So I asked you to look for the word technology, okay? And note the words used with it, okay? So just keep that in mind. Just write those down. All right. I want you to also be careful, or I want you to look here and just be careful of some of these common errors here. So be careful with prepositions used with the internet and computer. I found it on the internet. Okay. We never say in the internet. It's always on the internet. Okay. And remember, I say the internet, not the internet. When you have a vowel, okay, samo hlaska, okay, the internet. And then here, why don't you look it up on the computer, okay? Again, we don't say not in the computer, okay? So if I'm looking for a file of some sort, something saved, but sometimes the computer is also referred to as the internet. So I'm going to look it up on the computer. Okay, so just keep in mind. Okay, mai na pameti. Okay, on the internet and on the computer. Okay, and over here you have some test tips. Okay, look at it quickly. Okay. Because we have here for the writing task, okay, so you're going to need to plan your answer to make sure that your ideas are all of these things, so that they have to be logical, relevant, and well organized. Okay, so you can make a list of the points you would like to include and then organize the ideas that are similar or contrasting. Okay, so you're going to look for synonyms and antonyms. Antonyms are opposites, okay? Good. If you want, I don't think it's too important. I'm just going to, sorry about my fingers getting in the way there. Just let me scroll down here for a second. Okay. If you want, you can go through this on your own time, okay? But it's not too important. I'm not worried about these words like internet addiction and you know, illegal downloads and things like that. I think that kind of stuff is very simple for you. But let's go over here. This is kind of a fun exercise. This exercise here and the one on the following page are going to be, are also very important for the test. Okay. You'll see here a lot of materials for building, and also there's some verbs that are used for building and designing and things like that. Okay, so in this, in 4.1, all you need to do is cross out the odd one. Okay, so we use this expression, the odd one out, the one that doesn't belong there. Okay, so yeah, just to save you guys some time here, I've basically gone through and made a small glossary of some of those words for 4.1. So for example, okay, brick, we know what it is in Slovak, but this word timber, okay, so timber is wood that is prepared for use in building. Okay, all right, so, or carpentry, okay. Remember what carpentry is, that's, I think, stolarstvo. For example, the exploitation of forest for timber. So we make these drevene výrobky, okay. So we have dosky, we have trami, things like that. Just remember that timber is uncountable, okay. So like water, air, and steel. Okay, so we never say timbers. Okay, we always just say timber. Okay, much timber. All right, let's look at some of the words that you're going to see in 4.1. So the plumber, foam. Okay, foam you can find anywhere. Okay, but foam is also like I think you call it polystyrene, okay? Styrofoam, we call it in English. And you use this in the insulation, the zateplovanie. Let me go down here a little bit more, okay. Marble, log, okay? Kind of like log in, but in this case it's wood, like a log cabin, okay? Zrub. Also we have plank. Okay, plank. Plank, there are other words that we use for it. We also call it a board, like board, okay, which is also doska. Thread, okay, thread, like needle and thread for sewing. And prop, okay, so prop is, I don't know, really there's a lot of words here. I found, not stoyan, but stoika. And I think this word is probably the closest one here, the opora. Okay, so something that holds something so it doesn't fall, okay? So that's a prop. So basically go through all the words that you see here in 4.1 and just choose something that doesn't belong here. So for example, we have the brick, steel, metal, plastic, and then this new word timber. Okay, plumber is the one that, or the odd one out, ten or to slovo, ktorý nepatrí. All of the others are materials, okay? So you would have to even think about this one: brick, stone, foam, rock, and marble. Which one does not belong there? Well, probably foam, okay? All of the other four are rocks, okay? They're hard material, and this is a soft material, okay? So go through them all. Even down here we have tower, pillar, support, prop, okay? So we just talked about prop not long ago there. You have to think about it. Tower. Tower is the odd one out, veja. The pillar, okay, remember the piliad holds up the bridge, it supports it, okay, or it props it. But a tower doesn't do any of these things. Okay, and finally, the last lesson that I want you to do on Unit 11 is the collocations, okay? Remember that collocations are taking two words, so like you would take one word from here. So here we have a list of verbs, okay? And on this side, okay, we have a noun, okay? So try to match the verbs from A with the nouns in B, and it says here, of course, there may be more than one possible answer. Okay, and again, I've gone through the dictionary for you guys just to help you out, just to make it a little bit quicker for you. Okay, we have a drill, drill, okay, to drill, vretat. It can also be a drill, okay? There is a question that asks which of the verbs can also be a noun that you can find in your house. So vretačka, okay? We have dig, light. Remember, we light fires, a dial, okay, and a lever, okay? Not lever, a lever. Okay, and the last thing I want you guys to do today is, we'll do it all together right now. I want to do this listening task, as I think it's also very important. So we're going to hear talk about Leonardo da Vinci, and while you listen to it, just complete the notes below, but no more than one word for each answer. Okay, so I'm going to play it, and you can just listen and follow along. You have it in your book. Okay, let me get this thing going. All right then.
Leonardo da Vinci was a renowned artist, but he was also a scientist, engineer, and inventor.
Okay.
Many of his designs were futuristic at the time and were never built. This was because they were either too costly or impractical, since the necessary materials either did not exist at the time or were simply too heavy. Leonardo conceived ideas vastly ahead of his own time, such as a helicopter, the use of solar power, and a calculator. The source of all this information, and the reason we know so much about Leonardo and his work, is the legacy he left behind. Leonardo followed his grandfather's habit of keeping a journal. He used his journals to diligently record his observations, and, fortunately for us, diagrams of his inventions, such as those of a flying machine. As well as his drawings, Leonardo constructed models. He used these to demonstrate many of his ideas, such as how better access could be obtained in mountainous areas by creating a tunnel. Leonardo was a master of mechanical principles. He also demonstrated how to lift great weights by means of levers and pulleys, and ways of cleaning harbours by using a pump to suck up water from great depths. Because Leonardo's inventions date from an era before the issue of patents, it is impossible to say with any certainty how many of his inventions passed into general and practical use. Among those inventions that he is credited with are the strut bridge, the machine for testing the tensile strength of wire, and even our modern-day scissors. He also invented many types of war machine. One of his many notebooks contains drawings of a tank. Although the drawing itself looks quite finished, the mechanics were apparently not fully developed, because if it was built as it was drawn, the tank might be able to rotate on the spot, but it would never progress forwards.
Okay, and that's it, everybody. So thank you for listening to this tutorial. Those are just the important parts of Unit 11 that I want you to concentrate on. If you're ahead at Unit 12 or Unit 13, no problem at all. So next Monday, I'm going to go through Unit 12 and then Unit 13. And hopefully Unit 14 will be sometime the second week of May. And after that, we can do the final tests at some point then, okay? So thank you very much. Hope everybody's well. Stay safe. Have a great week and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.